Along today's section of the Chesapeake Bay, you'll find two very different ways to experience lighthouse history. One will allow you to walk through the living quarters of a preserved screw pile lighthouse, while the other is still standing on its original shoreline, continuing to guide vessels up the bay 200 years later. Today, we are visiting Drum Point Lighthouse and Cove Point Lighthouse. So if you're planning a southern lighthouse trip, these two lighthouses are close enough to pair together in a single afternoon. But each lighthouse will reveal a different part of the Chesapeake story. Our first stop is Drum Point Lighthouse, located today at the Calvert Marine Museum in Solomons, Maryland. The lighthouse was commissioned in 1883 and built as a 1.5-story hexagonal screw pile cottage lighthouse. Drum Point originally stood near the mouth of the Patuxent River, where the river meets the Chesapeake Bay. Because the lighthouse has been preserved as part of the museum, visitors can walk through the living spaces used by the keepers and their families. As you move through the lighthouse, you start to notice how thoughtfully the space was arranged, balancing daily living with the practical work of keeping a light station running along the Chesapeake Bay. Although the lantern room was closed for repairs during my visit, I was still able to get a good view of the fourth order Fresnel lens from the grounds below. And before you leave, it's worth taking a little extra time to explore the rest of the Calvert Marine Museum. From Chesapeake Bay exhibits to the waterfront grounds, there's more to see here than just the lighthouse, although that's my favorite part. So what makes Drum Point Lighthouse so meaningful is that it allows visitors a close-up look at a style of lighthouse that once defined the Chesapeake Bay. And unlike Thomas Point Shoal Lighthouse, which requires a boat ride out to the middle of the bay, Drum Point Lighthouse allows visitors to see a screw pile lighthouse without getting in the water. Now, if Drum Point Lighthouse allows us to see a wonderfully preserved lighthouse, Cove Point Lighthouse allows us to see a working lighthouse which is still in its original location. Located about 20 minutes north in Lusby, Maryland, Cove Point Lighthouse has helped guide vessels through this narrow and heavily traveled section of the Chesapeake Bay for nearly 2 centuries. Built in 1828, Cove Point is considered one of the oldest continuously operating lighthouses on the Chesapeake Bay.
Thank you. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you so much.
While visitors are unable to climb the tower, you can peek inside the base of the lighthouse. You can also explore the grounds surrounding the station. The tower, keeper's house, bell house, and surrounding property all help tell the story of a working Chesapeake lighthouse. The property also has an observation deck which offers beautiful views of the Calvert Cliffs, which are famous for their fossil-filled cliffs and dramatic Chesapeake Bay scenery. You can also look towards the pier where Cove Point LNG offloads natural gas, a quiet contrast to the shoreline that the lighthouse keepers would have known in 1828. Now, Cove Point is a beautiful site, but this is a site where you will want to check the schedule before you go. Public access is seasonal with limited opportunities to explore the site throughout the year. The restored Keeper's House now serves as a vacation rental, so visitors are generally limited to the lighthouse grounds during public access hours. Today, the grounds are maintained by the Calvert Marine Museum, while the Coast Guard still operates the light. Buddy and I had a great time visiting Cove Point Lighthouse. Cove Point is a great place to enjoy the Chesapeake Bay scenery, while an active lighthouse continues guiding vessels along the shoreline. So the question is, would you rather experience a lighthouse from the inside, or would you rather experience the lighthouse the way mariners have for generations from the water's edge? Let me know in the comments. Up next, we are visiting a unique lighthouse stop in southern Maryland, Blackstone Lighthouse. If you're looking for a good day trip with the family, this lighthouse stop has something just for you. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really means a lot to us. And until next time, I will see you at the light.